Hello, today we're going to be doing our flow to help us connect. We're going to focus on connecting our breath with our movement for our flow. There may be something deeper that you want to connect to as part of your flow. See what works right for you. We'll start by taking a low gaze or closing the eyes down and just taking a big breath in here. Maybe one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Big breath in, big breath out. Checking we can feel that belly rising on the inhale. Big breath out. And focus on keeping that connection with that belly breath, really breathing with that diaphragm rather than just letting that breath sit in the lungs. We want to deepen that all the way. Big breath out. We can flutter those eyes open. You might want to pop some music on for yourself. And we'll start by always checking that we've got that posture. So we're wanting to check that with one hand on the pelvis, one hand on the sacrum. Tap a little doop doop, so a little tip and a tuck. Check the connection there. We want to be long in that pelvis, not tipping forward, leaning into the hand, or having the top of the hand leaning back into the pelvis, being up tall here. Checking we've got that connection in the sacrum, the scapula, the skull, all those coming back in line with each other. Breathing in here, we're going to do a little work on that core to wake that up to start with. Those feet are hip distance apart. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, pushing back with the seat, the arms coming forward. Thinking about that length in the spine still here, pushing down with the feet. Imagining those sit bones drawing together. Firing those glutes, using that center to keep that pelvis neutral and that spine long. Big breath in here. Big breath out, push down through the feet, arms come back down beside the body. Another big breath in here, we'll repeat that. Exhale, push down through the feet. Seat comes back. Those knees are in line with the ankles or behind the toes, within that range. Take a little tip of the pelvis and a little tuck of the pelvis. And then come back, finding your neutral position here. Keep pushing back through the seats. Big breath in, push down through the feet, arms come down beside the body. Starting to feel that connection with that spine here. We're going to add some twists this time, so big breath in. Exhale, seat comes back, arms come forward, push down through the feet. Thinking about lifting up through the center of the arch of the foot. Bring the hands into heart center here. Those thumbs are going to stay against the sternum. Those fingers are staying in line with the chin. We're going to use that center to twist just that left shoulder a few inches towards the left hand side. We're really firing that right glute to keep those hips exactly where they are. We want those knees to stay in line. Another big breath in here. Another exhale. See if we can twist a little further to that left. Keep really pushing down through that right foot to stop that right hip from coming around. Big breath in, coming all the way up. Exhale, push down through the feet, push the seat back, hands come back into heart center, check that connection again. Heel of the hands pushing into each other, chin stays in line with the fingers. Big breath in here. Big breath out, twisting the right shoulder back behind us, just an inch or two. Breathing in here, keep firing that left glute, not letting that left hip come around as well. We want those hips even, really using that center here. Big breath in. Big breath out, twist that little further to the right hand side. Breathing in, breathing out. Big breath in to come all the way up. Hands coming to heart center now. Seeing if you can find that connection between breath and movement, how those two are working together. And then we're going to place one hand on the front of the pelvis, one hand on the sacrum. Check we've got that connection again, chin is coming back. And we'll take that strong royal walk to the front of that mat. Plant down through those feet, lifting up the arch in the center of the foot. Inhale, arms are coming up, ribs stay in line with the hips. Exhale, bending the knees, hands coming down to bricks or the floor. Lengthen the spine, step back into your plank. Knees can be down here if needed. Push down through the hands, big breath in. Big breath out, knees come down, chest coming all the way through and the chin will come down. Flatten those feet. Push down through the heel of the hands. Inhale as we come up into our Cobra. Fire those glutes. Pubic bone pushes into the mat. Tuck those toes. Big breath in as we rise up into our downward dog or our tabletop. Thinking about that rib and hip connection here. Breathing in.
Breathing out. Another big breath in. The left foot comes forward, the right foot comes forward. Push down through those feet. Inhale. We'll rise all the way up, hands coming to heart center. We're going to start working the side body now. So push down through those feet, hands come into heart center again. Pushing the heel of those hands in together. Breathing in here. Breathing out, stepping back with that right foot. And the right knee can come down if that's what's best for your body. So we're firing that right glute, bending that right knee, thinking about the length in the spine here, coming straight up through that body. Hands are at heart center. We're going to pivot on those feet, coming to the right hand side of your mat. Both feet are pointing ahead here. Big breath in here. Big breath out, finding that connection. Then we're going to think about pushing back with the seat as the hands travel down the thighs. You may want bricks or books here. Thinking about that connection. So the hands can come to bricks. If you can keep that spine long, you might be able to extend those feet, heel toe those feet further apart. And maybe you can let the hands come down to the floor, thinking about that length in the spine. No. Take the option that works for your body. We're going to lengthen the left leg, leaning into the right leg, pushing back through that right hip. Both feet are pointing straight to the right hand side here. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Breathing in here. Pushing back with that right hip again. Big breath out. Lengthening both legs. Walking the hand up your mat. Extending the right leg. Pushing into the left leg. Pushing back through that left hip. Big breath. Big breath out. Pushing back through that hip. Breathing in here. Breathing out, lengthening those legs, walking the hands back to center. We're going to add more to that if that's right for your body. If it's not, stay where you are. Keep at the level you're at. So we're going to walk the hands down to the right, lengthen the left leg, bending into that right leg. Knee is over the ankle. We're going to keep that left hand down on the mat, keep the gaze down on the mat. Big breath in. That right arm is coming up to the sky, so we're opening that chest. Big breath out. Big breath in, reach from your shoulder blade, reaching higher, up towards the sky. Lifting the toes of the right foot, leaning back in that right hip. Big breath in, reach up higher. Exhale, hand coming down and walking the hands up the mat, lengthening the right leg, bending into that left knee. Push down into that right hand. We'll take a big breath in, bringing that left arm up to the sky. The gaze is staying down. Pushing into that left hip. Maybe lift the toes of that left foot. Big breath in, reach higher from the shoulder blade. Big breath out, the hand will come down. Walking the hands back to the center of the mat. We're going to see if it's right for your body, you can add more. So walk those hands down to the mat. Lengthen the left leg. Bend into that right knee. Push down through that left hand. Inhale, that right arm is coming up. Big breath in. Big breath out. Right hand down, rise all the way up. Right hand down, left hand up. Big breath in. Reach from that hip. And reach through the shoulder blade. Big breath in to come up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Lengthen that left leg, bend into that right knee, pushing back through that right hip. Big breath in here, big breath out, push back through the right hip, lift those right toes. Big breath in, coming all the way up, lengthen the legs, right hand down towards that left foot. Right leg is long, left knee is bent, pushing back in that left hip. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, rising all the way up, switching hands. We'll take one more on each side. So push down through the left hand. That left leg is long, right knee is bent, lifting those right toes, leaning back into that right hip crease. Big breath in, big breath out. Another big breath in, rising all the way up. Right hand down by that left foot. Left arm up to the sky. Breathing in here. Breathing out. We're going to bring the left hand down beside the right. Pivot those feet towards the front of the mat. Walking the hands to the front, placing those hands onto bricks if that's better for your body. Then we're going to step that left foot all the way back, coming into our plank. Firing those glutes, pushing down through the hands, rising up in the center. Remember, your knees can always come down in your plank if that's better for your body. Taking the option that gives you strength and stability. We're going to rise up into our downward dog, stepping the feet in for most of us, bending those knees a little bit. Again, thinking about the connection between the hips and the ribs, not letting those ribs flare, creating that arch in your spine. Big breath in here, big breath out. We're going to bring that left shin down onto the mat, runs up and down the mat. We'll pivot on the right big toe, bringing the heel down onto the mat. Inside arch of that foot is down. Push down through the left hand, bringing the right hand onto the left shoulder. Big breath in here, using those glutes, using that core, imagining them all drawing together. See if that right arm can come up to the sky, keep the gaze straight ahead, or bringing the left ear down onto the left shoulder, creating some space in the right hand side of the neck. Side plank variation here. Big breath in. If you've got space in your body and stability in your body, you might be able to lean into that left hand, fire that right leg, left leg, and we'll toe tap that right foot. Maybe that right leg can come up in line with the torso, pulsing there. Or maybe you can bend that right knee, bringing the foot towards the seat, letting that right hand come down towards that foot. Maybe they connect, maybe they don't. We'll take an inhale to bring those away from each other. Exhale, allowing those to connect. Inhale, allowing those to separate. Exhale, allowing those to connect. Whichever option you've taken, we'll bring the right foot down, the right hand down, coming back into our plank, rising up into our downward dog. Bend those knees again. Maybe we'll pulse those knees and feet, creating more space in the back of the body. Finding length through the arms and the spine. Remember, tabletop is an alternative. And you could also have bricks under your hands to give you more height if it's a challenge in your body to bring the hands to the floor. From here, we'll bring that right shin down onto the mat. Right shoulder is over that right wrist. We're pivoting on that left big toe, bringing the heel in towards the right hand side. That arch of the left foot is down. Inhale, see if we can bring that left hand onto the right shoulder. Those sit bones are drawing together. We're imagining those glutes really firing, giving us that stability. See if that left hand can come up, and you're looking straight ahead, or bringing the right ear down onto the right shoulder. Releasing the left side of the neck here. Pushing into that left shin, right shin. See if we can pulse that left toe. Maybe we can bring that left leg up and pulse in the hip. Or maybe you can bend that left knee, bringing the foot towards the seat. Maybe that left hand is coming back. Inhale to bring those apart. Exhale, bringing them together. Inhale to separate. Exhale, bringing those together. We plant the left foot. We plant the left hand. Coming onto those toes, bringing the knees down if needed. Big breath in here. Feeling the connection in the core and the glutes firing, pushing down through the hands, staying active in the center. Knees come down. Bringing the seat back towards the feet for our active child's pose for a moment. Those pinkies are out in front, palms on the edge, thumbs are up towards the sky. The head may come down, the head may come all the way down to the mat. See what works for your body. Breathing in here, breathing out. Plant those hands down, rise up onto all fours. So we're going to do a little bit more work here to open up that chest. We're going to push down into the left hand. Check you're still active in that center. Bringing the right hand off the mat. Check those hips are still in line here. Take a big breath in. Bring the right arm up to the sky. The gaze stays down towards the mat. Exhale. That right hand is coming underneath the chest. Threading underneath that left arm. Right shoulder coming onto the mat. Maybe the right ear comes onto the mat. Stay active in your center. If it's right for your body, see if you can bring that left arm up to the sky. Reaching through those fingertips. reaching from that left shoulder blade. Big breath in, reach higher. Exhale, left hand coming down. Inhale, pushing down on that left arm. Right arm coming all the way up, keeping that gaze down. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Right hand coming down. Pushing into that right hand. Bringing the left hand off the mat as we inhale, bringing that left arm up, keeping the gaze down, or the right ear towards the right shoulder. Big breath in, reach higher. Exhale, bending that left arm, threading it underneath the right arm as we soften that right elbow. Stay active in the center. Left elbow may come to the mat, left ear may come to the mat. Inhale, you may be able to bring that right arm up to the sky. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Big breath in, reach through the fingertips, reach from the right shoulder blade. Exhale, right hand coming down onto the mats. Weaving that left arm all the way through, back up to the sky. Gaze stays down, or right ear to right shoulder, whichever works for you. That left hand will come down onto the mat. We'll tuck the toes. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Feeling that connection in the body as we push down through the hands. Stay active in that center. We're going to lift the knees off the mat, coming into our downward dog. Tabletop's your alternative. Bend those knees, finding more length through the front of the body. Breathe in here. Noticing any difference between your first downward dog and this one. We'll bend those knees, walk the hands back towards the feet, chest coming down onto the thighs, push down into the feet. Inhale, rising all the way up. Hands coming to heart center, closing those eyes down or taking that low gaze. Maybe bringing one hand onto the belly and one hand on the chest. Feeling that connection between your breath and the movement of the body that we're often not even aware of. Feeling that chest rising and that belly rising. Maybe you can feel those ribs expanding as you breathe in. As you exhale, maybe you can feel that pelvic floor starting to rise and the shoulder blades maybe coming together. From here, flutter those eyes open. Take a big inhale, arms coming all the way up, hands coming to prayer above the head, thumbs coming down to the heart space. And thank you for joining this practice today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a beautiful day ahead of you. Thanks for joining me. Comment, like, or share if you enjoyed that. Let me know how that felt for your body. We're all different. I'd love to know how that feels for you. Thank you. See you later.